The Red Door by Melissa Ridge. I close my eyes and count each breath. They are deep, controlled and collected. My head rests against the charcoal wall. Loud riffs and rhythmical thumps from the drums soar, backed up with powerful vocals. The band is good, but we are better. We have to believe that. We have to prove it. It is our first major breakthrough gig. The gig that will finally get us recognised. We will be playing in front of a crowd of over 500 people. My clammy palms are slick with sweat and my breaths are now forced as I overthink every detail, every flaw that could go horribly wrong. The smell of stage smoke and beer does little to ease the nauseous feeling brewing deep in the pit of my stomach. My hands are shaking. I can't even hold my guitar. How on earth am I going to play it? My eyes threaten to burn a hole through the red door as it glares back at me. Beyond the red door, smeared with paint and years of abuse, is the stage. The noise travels down the concrete steps and fills my ears. The roaring and cheering of the crowd, the screeching of electric guitar. Vibrations shake the walls and charge at the red door like an enraged bull. If I listen hard enough, I can almost hear the hoof, hoof of its exploding breath through its flared nostrils and the jewel-initiating scraping of its hoof. Behind that door is the bull, and I'm going to have to face it. It feels like a balloon is lodged in my chest, threatening to burst with each thump, 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 the vibrations. Or is it the horns against the red door? The balloon expands and pushes all my organs down and presses them against my ribs. Our bassist Tommy is standing facing the adjacent wall. Our drummer Kellen is lying face down on the filthy concrete floor. Chris, our vocalist, is crouching down on his hunkers, head bowed and hands clasped together in prior defeat. He's been talking about this gig for months and made us practice every day to get our songs as good as perfect. But now, after hearing all the other bands, he's lost faith. His voice is husky and deep. It blends well with our hardcore riffs and brings his unruly lyrics to life. Everyone who's heard us says we're going to be big. We sound incredible. This gig will prove it. Up until now, Chris told me not to be such a pessimist, as one day I listed out everything that could go wrong. I prefer to think of it as realism. Up until now, Chris has disregarded that list. Now he believes it as if it's a prophecy. We have lost faith. Tommy, however, is bouncing on the balls of his feet, psyching himself up like he does before his boxing rounds. The air in the room is cloudy and smothering. Besides the tech producers, it's just the four of us. I'm a worrier. I overthink everything. Chris usually boosts everyone's confidence and drills our game plan into our skulls before every gig. Except he hasn't said a word for this one. Since stepping into the charred oven, we haven't said a word to each other. Just lost in our own thoughts, worries, expectations. Guys, this is it! All eyes turn to me, but they don't stop what they're doing. We can't let the nerves get to us, I say. Usually I never speak up, but if nobody says anything, I'm going to lose it. Tommy's fingers go still, and his tapping foot ceases. Kellen stops mid-pace, and Chris jumps up from his crouch. This gig is our big chance. We have to get our heads in gear and play like we've never played before. We all nod our heads in agreement. I jump up and Tommy joins me. The four of us have been friends since the beginning of secondary school, and 6 years later, we're closer than ever. We support and stand up for each other. Tommy scoops up his bass and grasps the neck and punches the air. We have come so far, and it's been one hell of a party playing with you guys. Now let's blow the roof off this thing and burn it into the ground. Woohoo! Kellen shouts. Excitement has replaced anxiety. We are brothers. We have stood together through thick and thin. This is a milestone. We overcome this and we can do anything. We jump up and down outside the once daunting red door. I challenge it to stop me. I wish the bull to do its worst. Chris hurries up the stairs, followed by Kellen and then Tommy. I take one last look at the charcoal room and smile before closing the red door behind me.